If your baby currently feeds to sleep and you're wanting to transition away from that, then here's what you need to do. First thing I would say is that you want to focus on feeding your baby full feeds in the daytime. So about every 3 hours around that. That way your baby is taking full feeds rather than them taking small, frequent feeds all throughout the day. Your baby is going to be less hungry at nighttime if you fill up their tank a lot during the daytime. Secondly, we're not removing that feeding before bedtime, but we are just shifting it earlier in the bedtime routine. So now you feed your baby to sleep, you put them in the crib. But what I want you to do is feed them at the beginning of the bedtime routine, maybe even out in the living room. Then you're going to enter their room, change them into their pajamas, change their diaper, do a bedtime story, rock them, place them in the crib. The third thing I want you to think about is, are you wanting to work on independent sleep skills, or are you just wanting to replace the feeding to sleep maybe with rocking to sleep and take baby steps that way? You can do that if you want to. If you're wanting to work on independent sleep skills though, you're going to still feed your baby, you're going to still rock them as part of the bedtime routine, but you're going to be placing your baby in the crib while they're still awake. And then you want them to practice falling asleep on their own. And to do this, you pick a sleep training method that you feel works for you, whether that is remaining at the bedside the entire time and helping your baby soothe at the bedside with some crib side soothing, or if you want to sit in a chair beside the crib, or if you want to come and go every few minutes. You just pick a method that you feel works for you, that you can be consistent with, because the consistency is key. After a few nights, you're going to see that your baby is really getting the hang of it. Of course, if you want something that tells you step by step exactly what to do to get your baby sleeping through the night in a couple of weeks or less, then I've got my $44 sleep course linked in my bio. So check that out. And then I do work one-on-one with families to give more personalized guidance and support. So message me if that's something you're interested in. And as always, drop any questions below.